Hello there, I'm CouchScoop and welcome to another Cyberpunk Diaries. We're up to 1.11111. Has anything major happened with this one? Hell no. It's kind of a patch to fix a patch by the looks of it, with the down on the street bug, which is a major quest campaign mission, so that's welcome. And item randomization, which is hopefully going to get rid of this exploit thing that people are using on a lot of the elements for crafting. Nothing covered on stability or performance or visuals. This was obviously something that they had to put out because of this down on the street issue, which is a bit embarrassing. It's quite a large piece of data, 14 I think, maybe 11, took a while, so I think they might have done some tinkering around and not really said anything. Yes, I have just got the Avenger, bought the Avenger. What? Come on, you can do better than that, Coop. This second update has very much given me a chance to talk more about the improved performance of the game, and of course a nasty experience I had with the Sweet Dreams quest, which is basically one of the quests that makes you hand over your inventory and you sort of wake up and have to start from year dot with what you've got within this battle scenario. It's a little bit like that island you get put on in Breath of the Wild. Anyway, I couldn't complete the mission. Either I was being daft or it was glitching out one of those yellow items within the building itself, but I was stuck with no infantry whatsoever in a mission I couldn't finish, and it scared the crap out of me. And luckily I had an older save that was before the mission, but if I didn't have, or if I'd gone further, it would have auto-saved over that. You only get about 7 slots on the actual UI. I also want to talk about this on the foot combat stuff and the frame rates that have been drastically improved and really do help the intimate combat now with some of the weapons and the guns and the cover. It's brilliant, and I will show you some of patch 1.05 because the combat was just so stuttery back then. Same thing could be said for driving around the towns and busy areas. That frame rate boost has really felt welcome on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and we did have Digital Foundry go in and look at base game PlayStation 4, and they saw an average of about 20 to 25 frames per second instead of that crazy 15 to 20 that they were seeing on a lot of the cutscenes. So that's awesome, and I just still can't get over how smoother it feels, and I think we do get a steady 30 frames per second when driving around the town. I have been checking the police system and been checking a lot of the high ranking enemy AI and been looking for any integral change in their behaviour patterns, and we haven't really seen any yet. I think what we're going to be getting is a major police input with chases and different police types and different attack patterns, and just none of that spawning in crap. I think they may arrive in a vehicle. That would just be totally amazing. And I think some of the top level enemies and some of the adjustments that need to be made on your buffs, especially that ADS, it's a little bit OP, and a lot of that stuff's quite easy once you get to later game. As far as quest progression goes and game breaking bugs on that front, I think that Takamura quest may have been the last thing that they had to sort of tie up, so that's also a little bit embarrassing as we're 2 months from launch, just coming to the end of January, and we've only just got the main quest totally fixed after it being broken from an original patch. So it's all going a bit crazy down there in Poland. Next patch wise, I imagine we might see something substantial in the end of February or even March. I don't know, they were talking about June, July for that major DLC update, so that won't be anything included in their patch issues. And on that roadmap, there was very little information. There was only 2 dashes, one of which we'd had. And then there's this big multiple updates and improvements section. So I reckon that's March, I reckon it's Q2, and then I imagine the DLC, the free stuff, will come mid-year, maybe to the end of the year. But I want to see a really good PlayStation 5 fresh approach and really see this game get even more of a boost, because I think, imagine most people in the country will probably have one of those machines probably by the middle of the year, fingers crossed, Jesus Christ. Am I happy with the game now? I think so. I'm at this strange stage with it where what I'm doing is the mid section of the game. I'm just wallowing in all of the side quests and all of the gigs. I'm getting most of those done. I'm coming up to getting all of the Cyber Psychos, all 17 of them as well. So I'm purposely not stepping into the last quarter. I tried to step into some top level missions the other night and I ended up nearly losing all of my infantry. So I'm like, whoa, I'm going to take a step back a bit. And of course I was up to the meet me downstairs, see you downstairs section that everyone else was up to. So now that's been cleared. I'm going to tentatively do more of the main campaign, but I don't really want to finish this game until it's perfect, and I don't really want to play this game on a complete playthrough until I have my PlayStation 5. I think a lot of you must be in agreement there. So this is a load-in countdown for the textures to get on the corner of this building, and I was pretty gobsmacked that that's still as lengthy as it is. If you have a long journey on a vehicle and then pull up somewhere, you will get that. But that, I think, will never get better because they're using power on a machine that's just got none left. We are going to only see this stuff on the 5 and on the high-end cards on the big PCs. At the same time, I can't resist playing it. Obviously, I have to look at it when it comes to the patches and make sure they've actually done what they said they're going to do, or even given us any improvement at all. But I always go and have a look around because it's just so interesting, the build of this city, and there's just so much fresh stuff I keep seeing and finding. It's crazy. And that's another thing about the development. I've been thinking about those key members of staff that left in 2016 and how this game sort of has this idea of a really solid foundation. Like, you can tell someone worked on this for years and then the kind of reset button was hit, which is exactly what happened in 2016. So that's a real shame. But what I want to say is it has got these remnants of beauty. Everything is in the right place with noises and sounds and neon lights and smoke and look, that it's just such a crying shame that this icing on the cake is such a smear, which they will get fixed. It's just going to be mid-year, I think, now. I'm often asked the question in the comments after these videos from PlayStation 4 Pro owners about whether they should take the jump and purchase the game. And the answer to that question is an unanimous yes if you're getting a PlayStation 5. If you're like me and you've sat with your PlayStation 4 for about 3 years and you're ready to move up a notch, you're just waiting for the damn things to be ready, then get this, the update's free and it bloody well works on the PlayStation 4 Pro and performs a lot better than the base level machines across all of the brands. Digital Foundry have just done a thing on the base level PlayStation 4 and the base level Xbox edition of this game, and the Sony side of things is just doing so much better, and that is increased when it comes to the Pro. Obviously the S is a superior machine than the Pro and you will get better results on that, but back to the question, don't go out and buy a PlayStation Pro to play Cyberpunk. If you own a machine and want to play it, just go and grab a hard copy and do that, and then carry it on to your PlayStation 5. That's my best advice for it. If you own a base level machine, it's your call. I mean, you might want to just hang out and wait and see what they do, but I'll tell you hand on heart that there's just no way that the system's power is ever going to produce a satisfactory level of game visually. Maybe all those quest fixes will be sorted out, but you're never going to get that rich beauty that you kind of deserve with a game like this. Let's finish up on some lovely night footage, because I feel this is where a lot of the patches have really come into their own, with giving a lot of more smoothness with the driving and the reflections and the bounces of colour. The only thing I leave on is the lens flare. That's the only thing I've got on with the actual option. No, they said they sorted the HDR. I still don't go near it because it never carries over on capture anyway. I'm going to say see you down there. I'm going to say follow Cybercoop on Instagram, and thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next update.